stood up for his senior advisors. Of course, those senior advisors are also going to get fired now anyway, because it makes no difference. And what's happening is Sajid Javid is now going to be on the backbench. Who knows for how long? I remember David Davis, who also did the same thing when the Conservative Party was in opposition. He disagreed with something, sat at the back bench for a period of time it was supposed to be, and he never got back onto the front benches. So he missed out on becoming Home Secretary. But in the case with Sajid Javid, here we have somebody who stands up for what he believes in. And it was in December that he said the following words. He visited Israel at the end of last year, or summer of last year, and he was visiting Jerusalem, and he said to his people that I wish to visit the religious sites in the old city of Jerusalem. And they said, no problem, that's fantastic. We can set this up, Mr. Minister. We can set you up with the Church of the Sepulchre. We can set you up with the Al-Aqsa Mosque. And he said, that's great, but I also want to visit the Jewish site, the Western Wall. And they said, no, you can't do that. And he said, well, why not? I'm going to the other two sites. I want to go to the Western Wall. And they said, but we have a tradition that ministers of the British government do not visit the Jewish holy sites in the old city of Jerusalem. And you know what he told him to do? He said, get stuffed. And he went along and visited the Western Wall as well as the other places. So it shows he's a man of principle. And Dominic Cummings and perhaps Boris Johnson felt that maybe we might have some problems.
And here they are therefore losing a man of principle. And you said when you first started this conversation, you were quite shocked by what happened. Is this a major political crisis, or is this just a reshuffle, just a knockabout aspect of politics, and we'll forget about it by the end of next week?
I don't think you're going to forget about it by the end of next week, simply because the Labour Party are going to bring this up, because it's nidged them a little bit. But of course, he has the power. There is no effective opposition right now. There probably won't be one after April. And as a result, this is just a reshuffle, and we'll have to see what's take place.
James Marlow, thank you very much indeed. Great to talk to you here in the studio. Thank you for being with us.